That's
The old one. There's the old one.
And it's this easy to remove it, you know. So now you got the pulley off the old one. And since like I said earlier, since the new one does not come with the new pulley, you have to remove your old one and put it on.
Sure.
Now, it does not fit like this. That same pulley remover that you actually got from the AutoZone, it also has the pushing, the reverse mode of it. So pretty much you use the same pulley to push this back in. It will not be done by hand. Now, you could hammer it, but it's recommended that you don't, because you're gonna bust in your power steering pump from inside. So you gotta push it in with pressure and steady pressure, you know?
If you use a rubber mallet, you could damage the pump.
You damage the pump, yes.
So that's why the pulley remover is so important, even for installation.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so now we're going to put the pulley remover extractor on there.
So it's this piece right here.
There it is.
In order to push it, so pretty much you see this, right? This goes into the pulley, which is this right here. It has some thread in there.
Right.
So you push this in, but you know, with the pulley on top of that, which is this right here.
Right.
So you screw it on. Once you have the pulley in, you're gonna screw it on there,
And just push the pulley on.
and then you just push this down.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just film you there. Yeah, we can see how it's just going to push it down. How? I guess you get by experience. You know how far to push it down, or you'll know
You'll know when this thing does no longer turns.
when it no longer turns.
Yeah.
You'll feel it where it won't turn no
you
more.
gotta push it all the way.
You got to go all the way.
Yeah, all the way. You'll feel when it's not going anymore. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's no way you can't go wrong. You know, as long as you have the right parts and the right piece to put it in and take it out,
And as long
you'll
as
be fine.
You cannot go wrong by as long as you tighten it up
Yeah.
as far as it'll go without breaking it.
Yep. So here we go. So you see now again, you got to get the right piece for everything. You see this is the same width at the beginning, at the top, but at the end is different. So pretty much you got to get the right one. You know, so for this job, you actually need the thinner one, the one that has the thinner tip. You know, this one won't do. It's got to be this one. Again, this comes in the set.
It's all part of the set.
Yeah, so you should be fine as long as you get the right set.
But the bolt that took it off is different than the one you're going to put it
Yes,
on.
yes. It was this piece right here that took it off.
That's the one that took it off.
Yeah.
And of course the one putting it on is a little thinner. Now, when does these Lincolns have a special power steering fluid? They have a. Is it, or is it the same?
This is a regular .3.
.3.
Yeah.
That's the same you use for a Chevy also.
Yep. GM motors. Yeah, same for GM motors. Okay.
Now remember, this is how you put the pulley back on the new reconditioned power steering pump. We're doing this manually. We're putting the old pulley on the new pump.
See this gap right here?
Okay, you got a gap?
Yeah, you see this gap right here?
Okay.
It's gonna start closing in slowly. You know?
So you'll be able to feel it when it...
That's why you don't want to hit it. He has to do it slowly, because if you hit it, you'll damage the...
Yeah, you'll damage the seals internally. You don't want to do it.
So you basically know when you'll just feel it. It'll be tough. It'll stop turning, right?
Yeah, it'll stop turning when you're done.
So like you say, it is kind of, don't worry too much. When it stops turning, you're there.
The only bad thing is they didn't have the pulley, so we're going to put the old pulley in. We should have put a new pulley, but they didn't have one, so we're going to hope it doesn't break.
Yeah.
Your pulley's not going to break.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Pulleys break? I don't think so. Not very often.
Sometimes they will, you know, but like more like they'll waste.
Oh, okay. You wear away, huh?
Yeah, they'll wear away, but.
So
The serpentine belt will break a lot more, right?
Oh yeah, the serpentine belt. We're replacing the power steering pump, the pressure hose, the belt.
So this is a good time. You definitely change the belt.
Right.
At a time like this.
Also, in this case, you also I would also suggest that you replace the thermostat. To replace the pump, this actually gets on the way to get to two top screws.
So you had to take the thermostat out?
The thermostat housing.
The housing, that's the
thing.
thermostat housing.
Yeah.
And that's the top or the bottom hose?
This is the upper hose. That's
Upper
what I'm
hose.
holding like this. It goes like that.
So that's the upper hose.
And the lower hose connects to this, and then you got the heater hose. Like
So that all had to come out first, also, to be
all
able to get
this,
to
the
the
AC compressor and all that. Yeah.
So, and like you say, since it's out, you might as well change your thermostat?
Yeah.
Is that what you recommend?
Because in order to replace a thermostat, you're looking at the same amount of labor.
Right, yeah, I agree. So on a job like this, you're going to change the serpentine belt, the thermostat, and of course, you need to change the power steering
No,
pump.
that's not the serpentine belt.
Oh, no, the serpentine belt is right here.
Yeah, you're gonna, but it's this would be a good time to change the belt, wouldn't it?
Well, you're already there, but it's not as critical as this. This will be the critical
This
part.
is more critical.
I mean, now that you're there, you know, because this usually has to be replaced every, let's say every 10,000, 15,000 miles. Or, I mean, if you don't use your car that often or you don't run it too much.
So that's more critical, the thermostat. But
Yes,
No.
this is more critical.
but the serpentine belt, there's a few more steps to get the serpentine belt.
Yeah. No, the serpentine belt's easy. you
Easy?
know?
Yeah.
No, I'm just going through what we're replacing now, you know.
Okay.
This- Almost there.
So it's almost on there, huh?
About a quarter to go. Again, if I had my power tool, I mean, I do have it, but it's dead.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I showed you guys.
Sure. So you,
There we
if
go.
your power tool is working, of course, this goes a lot quicker.
Oh,
But we're doing it by hand. That's okay.
You know,
A lot of people watching may not have a power tool, so it'd be good to.
to know how to do it without it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
So it's almost on.
So it's almost on. It's almost in. There you go. I think we got it.
So there it's on, huh?
That's it. Once you get to the top, you know, to the top, it won't turn anymore.
Yeah, right there. You can't feel it.
That's it. That's as far as it goes. So you're done. You know?
So that's on there now.
So once you're done, you untighten it the other way around.
Just reverse the process by taking it off.
And that's it.
And that's it. So the pulley's on.
Pulley's on. And that's what it should look like at the end.
Right,
Surfaced. You see that?
right there, really nice and clean, huh?
Yep, that's it.
So now it's ready to go on.
It's ready to go on. Oh, yeah.
So that is is that a reconditioned power steering pump?
Yeah, that's a recondition, man.
Reconditioned?
You know, but it's just as good as long as they
Sure, yeah.
give you that warranty, you know?
What do they give you, like a 1-year warranty?
Yeah, like a 2-year warranty.
Or 2-year? So that's a power steering pump for a Lincoln Continental.
2000 Lincoln Continental.
A 2000 Lincoln Continental.
Yeah, it's the V8.
V8.
You see? It's the V8 4.6.
4.6. So the first thing you do what's the first thing you do on a project like this?
Well, first thing I did was remove the AC compressor, you know, in order to be able to get to it. Had to remove the wheel so we can have access to the frame that covered up the side. And then I removed the belt. I mean, the belt for all the pulleys. As soon as I was done with the pulleys, I mean, removing the AC compressor.
And the shroud, you had to remove the
Right,
shroud
the
first.
shroud, yeah, right. So then I removed the AC compressor, the lines that came with it, that thing that you see right there, you know, and I had to remove it completely in order to get to this pump.
Right.
There's no other way.
So the hardest part is getting to the pump.
Yes, that's the hardest part.
So you take the front passenger wheel off, and then
Yeah.
you take the belt off and remove the air conditioning components.
Right.
And then, how many bolts are holding down the power steering pump? How many bolts?
4 of them.
You got 4 bolts.
Yeah, you got 4. You got this one.
Neat.
This is the position in which the pump was in. It's this position like this. So that's the way you're gonna be looking at them.
Okay.
You know, there's gonna be a pressure hose down right underneath the backside. right here.
Oh, so there's a pressure hose there.
That's the pressure hose.
So you got 4 bolts and the pressure hose.
Yeah.
So getting to it's the major problem.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And right now, you about halfway through the job?
Yeah, you can say about halfway. Right now I'm just trying to get the pulley off.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I'm done removing the pulley, I will push it into the other one, into the new power steering pump.
So right now we're going to remove the pulley from the unit. Now, why do you have to remove the pulley?
Because the new one didn't come with it. So.
Okay, I see. The new.
He has to replace the pulley.
Oh, there's the new pump on the left. Right there is the new pump, and that's the old one. So we have to remove the pulley and put it on the new pump.
I'm doing this manually. The other way would be to do it with the power tool, you know, but mine just died, so.
Oh, your power tool died?
Yeah.
So this makes it a lot harder, huh?
Yeah. Itself, in order to put it on, I got to put it on base. Like the screw is the one that pushes down as the thing pulls up.
Uh-huh.
You know, so that's pretty much the only way.
I do have a vise.
So if you had your power tool, this would come off. How quickly you think it would come off? With the power?
Yeah, like in 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes. Whereas if you're doing it manually here, it could take a lot longer.
Yeah.
Did it just come off?
No.
No?
Okay, so.
WT-40, you want some? Would that help?
That would help, yes.
Let me get some.
Okay. It's almost out.
Now, we have to rent these from the
Oh, yeah,
automotive
the
shop.
pulley?
You can't, well, you can buy them, but we,
You know, if you don't have a pulley puller, like there's different ones for different models, you know.
Oh, so you rented the pulley puller?
Yeah, at AutoZone.
Well, how much they charge you for that?
$40. I mean, but they return full money, give you full money back. As soon as you're done with it, you just take it back. As long as your dog doesn't chew on it, which obviously can't be chewed by a dog, right? But
Also, it doesn't really cost much. They give you the $40 back, right?
they give you full money back. So
Also, they really don't rent it. You just
borrow it.
borrow it,
Yeah.
and as long as you don't damage it, they give you the deposit back.
Yes.
Of course, but you need this pulley puller, and it looks like it's about coming off, huh?
Yeah, it's almost there, man. That power to really set it off.
Do they want the old power steering pump?
Yes, there's a $25 core charge on for the whole power steering pump.
Okay, so when you take the old power steering pump back and get your core charge back,
Right.
you go ahead and give them back the pulley remover.
Yeah.
do you think this is gonna be, this job is gonna be about the same on all these Lincolns? Or do you think it's gonna change?
Yeah, most Lincolns for the same motor.
Most Lincolns.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about the same process.
Yep. It should be for the same for the Lincoln LS, the 2000 Lincoln LS, or Chevy. This Chevy Motors from 1998, 2002.
What size is that wrench in your left hand?
It's 13/16.
13/16 is the.
Yeah.
And is the socket the same size?
The socket, it's a 5/8.
5/8 socket.
Well, that's
So you need a 5/8 socket and a
13/16 wrench.
wrench, and so
Alright.
that took it off.
You're never going to do if you don't have the pulley.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have the pulley. So that's the old power steering pump, which you would take back for your core deposit.
Right. It's easy to remove it, you know. So now you got the pulley off the old one, and since like I said earlier, since the new one does not come with the new pulley, you have to remove your old one and put it on.
Sure.
Now it does not fit like this. That same pulley remover that you actually got from the AutoZone, it also has the pushing, the reverse mode of it. So pretty much you use the same pulley.